Bridge Builders was started approximately 8 years ago when a large foundation here in New York City, the Open Society Institute, approached myself and my colleague David Tobis. And knowing that we had spent a large amount of our time trying to improve the child welfare system and reform it, they approached us and said, can you pick a community in New York City and put some of your ideas into practice?
New York City's multi-million-dollar foster care system began as a response to the mounting plight of urban poor and was designed for the temporary protection of infants and small children at risk of abuse and neglect. The Bridge Builders in the High Bridge section of the Bronx began providing services at the end of 2003.
Bridge Builders is a community collaborative of organizations, community-based organizations, community members, and providers of service within the Highbridge community. They have come together in a community collaborative to try to improve the delivery of services to families in this neighborhood.
It's a collaboration both on the top with foundations and on the ground with community organizations and members of the community. When a child and a family is just beginning to have problems, we can identify those problems and get help early on. We have a whole outreach team that goes door to door and has contacted thousands of families. What are your problems? We have help for you, and it's neighbors knocking on neighbors' doors so people trust them and bring them in for services.
The Bridge Builders is working along the line of 5 key features to build a collaborative model of care. It should look something like this, and all these lines represent sets of relationship that we have developed over time. And we believe that the closer these lines come together, the safer it becomes for children and families in the community. And so we want to call this from patchwork to network.
In a way to improve the relationship between ACS and the communities, ACS implemented a program called Community Partnerships Initiative, CPI, as a pilot program in 11 different communities in New York City. As a result, Bridge Builders was funded to participate as a partner in developing new strategies to bring ACS closer to the communities in which they served.
The Community Partnership Initiative is a program that the New York City Administration for Children's Services has been engaged in for the past couple of years so that we can partner with communities in order to keep children safe and families strong. We really think that the way that we're going to be able to get to our goals of keeping children safe and strengthening family, we can only do that if we partner with communities.
And I am kind of the one who connects people with the right resources, the right person. And besides that, we also network between all the partners to make sure the programs get implemented, and we work as a collaborative.
Many city agencies look at Highbridge and what has happened here under Bridge Builders CPI as the model for this type of community-based services going forward.
Bridge Builders facilitates monthly executive meetings with community partners to discuss activities, goals, memberships, and the next steps toward the improvement to resolve child welfare issues in Community District 4. The philosophy of this project tests the hypothesis that family well-being and child welfare outcomes will improve as a consequence of family members being trained and working together to assist their neighbors and link them to families in need of social services and legal representation.
We are implementing, kind of taking the goals of Bridge Builders, kind of expanding through the whole City 4. So understand, from 3 census tracts, we're going to the whole Community District 4 in the Bronx. And that's what we're doing.
The Bridge Builders focuses on 5 key features for a collaborative building strategy: leadership development, action systems, community development, best practices, and support systems.
Bridge Builders has been a very important part of CPI. It was one of the coalitions that was in existence way before ACS, so in some ways they were the trailblazers for this work. And so Bridge Builders has really had deep connections with the community. They've been doing a lot of good work with parent advocates, with the visiting with the Albert Einstein, and with the storefront that they have. And so a lot of what we did with CPI we modeled based on what Bridge Builders was doing.
Bridge Builders received public monies to expand their mission through CPI, which includes recruitment and retention of foster parents, family case conferences, family visitations, and linking early childhood with preventive services and community-based organizations.
My name is Ade A. Rasul, and I'm the facilitator of this work group. This work group links early childhood prevention and community-based organizations.
My name is Richard Huck. I'm the Deputy Director for Foster Home Services for JCCA. I have oversight for foster family resources, and I just want to be on the record as saying that I am honored and privileged to be a part of such a dynamic work group.
Finding creative ways to help our families in the community by, one, having parent advocates take part in the case conferencing, and we're also looking into other ways of case consultation and other ways of moving the case forward.
I'm Marian Velez, and I'm the co-facilitator of the family visiting work group for the hybrid CPI.
I'm Kelly Garvey-Sachter. I am the other co-facilitator for the Hybrid Community Partnership Initiative.
The Bridge Builder partners have been very supportive of the Community Partnership Initiative, and now we have new members in the Community Partnership.
It's not that people talk about helping people, people actually want to help people, and that's where I find the difference within this particular area here in the Bridge Builder CPI area.
There are local places in the communities where people can walk in without an appointment to access support services. They're located in schools and in neighborhoods, and they make it easy for families to access services.
You know, the community, the residents in the community feel comfortable coming into the storefront because they know that, you know, they're coming in with people that can identify with their issues, that can lead them or guide them to the right resources, that can identify, you know, because we are neighbors.
They helped me in many ways. They supported me with my kids, with getting my kids back, and with court procedures.
We help them with Head Start, we help them with domestic violence, anything having to do with the home and a child, we can address.
As part of the Bridge Builders, we're reaching out more. We do a lot of outreach in the community. We go to schools, do presentations, medical centers, daycare, Head Starts.
Where parents can come, pick up some resources, come to a parenting class, come to a support group to help to alleviate some of the challenges they are facing.
The community can expect from the Bridge Builders CPI genuine services that meet families where they're at. The community can expect always to be included in the process of decision making.
When you hit ACS, it's not a time to run, it's a time to get services, whereas before, we wouldn't feel that way.
We'll hope that the people of the community realizes that we're on their sides, that we're all here to have a vested interest in making things work, in trying to make things improve within this particular community.
People expect the best of this partnership.
It should not only be words, there should be meaning behind that, and there should be an actual community control of any project and any resources that are available to the community.
Bridge Builders Collaborative and CPI Community Partnerships Initiative has built a viable coalition, trust with ACS, and a network of support for the neighborhoods. But more importantly, it has developed a partnership between leaders, advocates, and service providers that have been able to offer a new sense of place, identity, and empowerment for the communities. Bridge Builders and CPI has given the children, parents, and families of the communities more than just services, but a lifetime experience of pride and hope.